Hello and welcome to the next episode of Banner Saga with me, Winslayer. In the last one, we escaped the dredge in Rook's hometown, and then gave a nice little speech to our people. We don't have that many supplies. Looks like we have a lot of clansmen, some fighters. Probably could have kept more fighters if I went for the fighters, but I tend to go for supplies when I have the chance. Where's the camp button? They said there was a camp button somewhere around here. Far enough for today, I think. A day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the godstone of this thing. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Probably shouldn't be looking to me for advice. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? You're the dredge killer. Yeah, overall, they want to listen to someone who looks like them. What about Oddleaf? Well, she died in the battle. No, she didn't die. She just fell in battle. Let her, if that's easier for you. I might. What if we run into more dredge? What am I supposed to do anyway? You're mean when. You mean when? What? I'll be honest with you. These men can't take on the dredge by themselves. Yeah, we need some brawl. I expect to lose 2 for every slag we take down. So we run? Only if you want to lose women and children. We're going to have to fight, and there's going to be deaths. Sad. Gods be damned, why is this happening? Think how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Men are played in the world worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Aw, that's not very nice. Chests like this are why we're going to get along so well, Ivor. Yeah, I mean, he was like living among a bunch of humans. Not brawl. Can't hate us that much. You sleep poorly. The sun's forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. Keep losing supplies. The godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Meh looking at you at the same direction as you. Let's inspect the stone. Sometimes you get good things from these. Stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings, out of habit more than anything else. Now that the gods are dead, something was the god of hunters, and while he's occasionally seen roaming the lands as both man and wolf, he always depicted an effigy with a terrible spear. You wonder what he think of the woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch you must have found nearby. Thank you for saving Mama, she says, running back before her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arms until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down and it's time to move to Frostfell. It feels like an end more than a start. Oh, we got an item there. Can I see my camp? Where's my camp button? I don't see anything for camping. Let's see. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you'll let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters from the caravan. Oh, I think we'll let them. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting for food, and the dredge found our village. When we returned, yeah, we're gonna allow the men to join us. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. Yay! The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. Good, we got some fighters out of that. You can't distrust everybody in the apocalypse, just like most people. During a rest, one of the men gets too drunk and ends up splashing meat in a warrior's face. A brawler erupts, many thrown fists and a broken bone later. The instigator, or something rather, is tossed on the ground at your feet. Angry clansmen look for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. I don't think it's good to keep this guy around. Tie him up until he dries out. Laugh off the scuffle. Encourage others to let the coerce a public apology from him. Okay. We grab his neck, force him to look at the crowd. Apologize for this mess, you demand. The man babbles until you squeeze harder. Sorry, he yells repeatedly, even after you let go. Folks shake their heads but leave the man alone. I don't know what they wanted me to do. I guess I could have left him there, right? Something like that. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to bleh, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring up and discuss it among themselves while you set up nearby. I think they're gonna want to join us. You guys got fighters and supplies, or are you just a bunch of mouths to feed? Ooh, wait. Do you have a market? Never mind. Winter Nan will get me 3 supplies. Take all the supplies you can afford to give us. Ooh, we can dodge 20% of strength attacks with that. Wheel on rest. That could be okay. Armor just gives you a little bit more armor for 2 renown. That's super cheap, probably worth getting. String was once worn by one of the great kings meant to symbolize we get 1 will per kill. 2 strength, resist. I won't be able to use it for a while, but I'll take it. I think, right? Is that a good one? This is probably better. Oh, I don't know what to buy. What should I buy? Let's dodge strength attacks if we can. How do we leave the market now? Let's go to heroes. Oh, Ivor can talk to us here. I wonder what Ivor wants to say. Every once in a while it jumps up to 5, but it keeps going down to 1. Alright, so who should I give the extra armor to? This guy seems to... I think I already gave him an item, didn't I? I'm gonna have to promote some people first. Who do I like using? Brooke's really good. Like, kinda almost too good. I know I like using Ivor. He's got enough kills to promote. Let's promote him. And then Rook, I think, will be the other one that gets promotion. For now. That's the way we'll take these characters and develop them. So you can take this, which is pretty good. We're going to put this one on you. I can't promote, unfortunately. I'd like to promote you, but I can't. Therefore, you get... Yeah, drag it, that's right. Alette, you can have your bracelet. See that, or I give it to her. Which could be okay. She's a decent armor breaker. Let's get her up here. Come on now. And then... yeah, that looks okay. Wish there was a way to sell items, but unfortunately no. Hey, Eagle. You want to hang out? How's the arm, Eagle? You find Eagle just outside the camp, practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits up there. Oh yeah, I'm great. Or, not great, considering everything. I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now, but if you want, just call me Gil. Right, Gil? I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before, about making sure nothing happens to Alette. You think about what to say. Never seen a shield like that before. Ira seems to think you're pretty good. You're protective of Alette, huh? I wonder whose shield that is. I don't know if I've asked him before. Protective of Alette, huh? I think I'll ask him about the shield. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal. Really heavy. I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing my father I've left. When my father died, she gave it to me before she died. Ira seems to think you're pretty good. He said that, huh? That's good, I'm trying. I never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't know much else to do. How many people get to train with a Varl? Just seems like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. You're protective of Alette, huh? Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself too. I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need anything, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay. I can tell. Well, I'm gonna try and make sure you don't die in this playthrough. I'm not sure if I remember what decisions I'm supposed to make when, but I will try and do right by you. Kind of want to rest for one day, just to get my supply up. Morale improved. Let's leave. Let's get out of here. I wonder if you get better rest when you're in towns, because that would make sense, right? You should definitely get better rest when you're in a town. The map was not where I wanted to go. I wanted to leave. Is that not the map? How do I leave? Leave, that's the button I wanted to press. Whoops. It's not a big deal. Oh, we got another. Oh, what's this? Hogan. I remember Hogan and Mogan. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, one says, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frost Valor. A third exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Uh-oh. What's this? Conflict? What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True, you can keep whoever you want to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Scrogger. I'll have you both gutted before I let half of the village desert. Find the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned? Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend to once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you've got two choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Hogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Hogan dragged his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. I won't kill these men for defending their home, sided with the villagers. However, this makes a fair fight. I think we'll make this a fair fight. Side with the brothers. Ivor stepped forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. Where are you, Alette? Come on. I gave you your bracelet, and now I can't give it to Hogan and Mogan. I think one has slightly more attack and one slightly more defense. Let's have the one with more attack go first. I wonder how this battle's gonna go. Oh, we have them surrounded. Interesting. I think we should run after their archer, like fast-like. Probably could do this. Let's try this out. See what happens. Ooh. Yeah, I'm using willpower when I didn't need to. Whatever. Look, that person almost died in one hit. Not terrible. So I want to move at least one forward. Why can't I move? There you are. There's the movement. I think I'll go with that. Ouch. Silly archer. Ooh, they do armor damage. Pretty good armor damage too. Who's next? That one. Followed by this guy. Why don't we put a little bit of hurt on that one then? We'll hope that works. That might work. Flail move. Remember your flail move. Hogan and Mogan will retaliate in similar. I keep wasting willpower to get in position. Alright, bloody flail him. Give him some of the similar stuff. Ooh, ouchie. You did a lot to him. How did that happen? Alright, so you go next. This one. Enemy, so I can go here, right? Not the best start, but I think we'll get through this. Ouch. Leave him alone. Got him. We'll do this. Almost dead. Doing armor damage now. That's not that good. I don't know if I can do that much. How much armor you got on this guy? 5. Yeah, one of the twins is going down here, I think. Ouch. I do like being able to spend more willpower, so I might use that on my next upgrade. So do we go for the one with 8 and 7? Ooh, that's not good. My friend, you're in a pretty poor position. I think this is what I have to go for. Ouch. Straight at it. You gotta take this guy out soon. Is that like their chieftain or something? Because he seems to be doing a bit to me. Hope that goes through. Nope. That was predictable. Ouch. There, that guy's a little less useful. Ooh, eagle, no. How do I want to do this? Maybe like that? Who knows? Who knows? Ivor's got like a decent position here. I want to take out those berserkers soon. Alright, here we go. We can start putting some hurt on this guy. Finally. She's got really low attack, but once she starts going, she can do decent damage. 4 or 3. Let's go with this guy. There we go. Ivor, what are you doing, bud? You need to do more damage than this. I'd like you to take out this arching lady, actually. Let's take her out of the game. She's been bothering me for a while. One armor damage, or I can kill a dude. Let's kill a dude. I can't kill a dude, can I? 1 armor damage it is then. Can almost kill him. Good job, Oddleaf. You did okay there. Decent work at the very least. Get him down to 1 health. Or 1 attack. It's a 50% chance. 80% chance on him. Let's take him out then. Ouch. Got him. That was an interesting move. I forgot about that one. Take out this guy, I guess. No, Rook! You didn't need to die there, Rook. That's silly. That was super close. An unnecessary death. Not even death, like knockout. KO. It's okay. Like, half our team was injured there, but it's okay. Alette, you should have left your thing with Rook. I don't think I got any of the procs on my strength dodge that I was expecting. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and soon you set out again. Aw. Hogan is the one that's loyal to his wife, isn't she? It's Mogan, I think. That's off. Sleeping around with whoever he can. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleaf approaches you both. What's going on? Alette, I have something for you. Oddleaf has gathered up a long banner for the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that's happened since we left Skoger. Come find me another time, Rook. We'll talk about this. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? It looks that way. Oh, then that means you're quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls bow. Oddleif has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. The banner has been sewn from the story of families who lived in Skogar throughout the years, just as it's done on every banner in every town. I wish she was here, but I'm kinda glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Let has been sewing in colorful designs. What do you, why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this dredge, leaving home, and why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. Yeah, they're fools. I know which ones are bad, because the dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please. Are you mad at me? You might have to. I'm glad you don't want to. It's a good thing. Let smiles at this. Then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to. But do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogar is your burden now. Epic. Where are we? There's no market here, huh? Just training, rest, heroes. Let's talk to old Oddleaf. See what she has to say. How you doing, Odd? He just calls her Odd. That's great. I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Oddleaf before I was born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman, what does that even mean? I never cared for that expression. It means you're gonna be okay. People look up to you. Don't take it the strong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, you know, if something happened. What would you have done? That's what I've been thinking about so much. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? The first time somebody thinks that they can take advantage of us? I think this is what has to happen. I rely on you. I'll be there when I can. Just don't expect any miracles. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. I'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back down the camp. I don't think that can change, or that can go any other way. Like, this is Banner Saga. We get the banner, and it's Rook and Alette's story, as far as I'm aware. Should I do any upgrades? I got 26. Who would I upgrade? Probably Alette, to be honest. I like her. I've already upgraded Rook. Oh, nice. I can upgrade him again. 15 to upgrade Old Ivor. We'll probably need that renown at somewhere to buy some stuff. I'll just take the cheap one. Promote her for now. Yeah, give her a promotion. As much as I want to rush getting somebody to level 5, it's pretty easy to get them to level 5. And then they don't level up past that, unless they change it for Banner Saga 3. And if they have, I haven't seen that change. Pretty excited for that, coming out July 24th, I think. On the road again. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. Wish them well, see them off with extra supplies. Remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive on your own out there? Tell them they're needed here. That seems very similar to what other people were saying. I think I'll just wish them well. Go off. You nod your understanding. Kin is kin, you say. Do what you must to protect them. The man claps you on the shoulder and the fighters depart. How many fighters we lose there? 8 fighters? I hope they come back with more. It would be nice. Complaints of this drunk again resurface. This time, the man stumbling over some tent ropes, pulling the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansman putting out the fire on both the wagon and his leg before leading him to you. Punish him physically. Ban him from camping near others in the future. This man drinks nothing from water from now on. Yeah. Groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before man manages to find another drink, whether you allow it or not. Well then. Dredge, shouts the man from the back of the caravan. It's the drunk, unabashedly drunk, staring towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround the drunk. Banish him from your caravan. Let the caravan... Let's just banish him. Maybe they're our dredge. We're gonna banish him. The man's meager belongings and some food are thrown in a pile as everyone moves on. He's tied loosely to a tree. You expect he'll break his bonds eventually. Once he sobers up, please, I swear, he pleads to your back finally, realizing his plight. Whether his dredge were imagined or not, you do not expect to see him again. One clansman. We got 377. What's one drunken clansman that
Once
keeps...
a strong, thriving city,
Hey,
the
we made
walls
it.
of Frostweather now just keep
Maybe he'll
the
make it.
howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
Aw, we got all these clansmen. We can zoom in and see the supply wagons too, right? Very nice. There's Ivor, our one Vrawl. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvale for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being left into the city. Why? It's being overrun with Vrawl from blah 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 and blah. all in the nearby villages. Dredge are everywhere, and the chieftain of Frostville has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they close the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Where else could we go? With our whole caravan south? But they are for, yeah, horseborn lands? They may as well be horseborn lands. I don't know anything about the horseborn. The dredge are moving south. If we keep going west, we might get out of their path. Wormshire is half as far as Mrna and full of Vral. And across the waste, these people won't make it. I don't like any of these ideas. That's because they're all bad. There's no point talking about leaving. You have to get in there. I want to know more. I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyways? The gate's closed. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't gonna break it, just push really hard. It's gotta keep the dredge out, so let's not do that. There's a market, a gate. Let's go to market, see what they got out here. It's not a bad price on supplies. 2 strength. Can increase strength by a little bit if I spend some renown on that. If I give that to Oddleaf, should be a killer. A real killer. Probably a pretty good use of 6 renown. I'm gonna hold on to that for like leveling up people. Maybe it's better if we rest. Let's try something else. Archers up on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they are not flinging stones and curses. I would do really especially pushing these. Find out more from the crowd. You spend an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Check the water passage. Let's try something else. There's some people gathered at the houses, says Oddleaf. Maybe we can find some help there. Yes, I would like to do that. Let's see if there's anything over here. You spend a whole day at the rest house. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in the great hall and closes the gates. There's a lot of wounded people here, said Adzeled. We could help them. Eagle pulls you aside. I followed the outside the city walls. Yeah, we know about the water passage. If anybody has any advice or recommendations or thoughts, let me know. The rest house is overflowing with refugees, the sick and wounded, and noise. Water passage, tend to the wounded, sell in for the long haul, rest for a day. That's tend to the wounded, that's be nice. Let an Oddleaf spend the day along with others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around. Oddleaf tells you. Maybe a way in. Next time they send a cart, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. Something tells me, I remember something about this event chain, and confront them, see what happens. Keep your sword down until we need it, you tell Ivor. We'll make a deal unless they're looking for a fight. Early the next day, you spot another cart leaving into the gates. They've thrown their scraps to the refugees. You approach. After they've done that, you approach. Okay, stop, my friend. Wanted to talk with you. It's not what I'm wanted. ONF. I think I can guess why. If we knew there were more fighters and Vral out here, Edkel might have brought you into the city. Who's Edkel? You can't get us in the city. Why shouldn't we just take this cart back ourselves? He's in charge up there. In charge of what? Or better explain it. Better let him explain. I don't think so. We're done here. I think we'll just take the cart ourselves. Better explain to him. Should I kill Onef? I think you can, and it's not that terrible. Let's go. Let's go talk to him. It seems like the nice thing to do. Yeah, I think this guy is psycho. What in the depths is this? The man orders his guards to get the door closed again before more refugees notice. You said you wanted fighters? You heard about the chieftain? Or heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall? Oh really, you think mean hiding out in a grave? I think you mean hiding out in a grave. He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? As soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story anyway. At least 3 clans in here are warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Vral. Yes, Ivor shrugs an exaggeration, as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than we are there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to... Yeah. You got some people who could fight. You got your own Vral. That counts for something. I can keep your flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me and take back Frostville. I don't know if I can work for Echo. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Man, there's so much cursing with these guys. They love it. Think carefully about what you want. We'll join you for now. We'll fend for ourselves. We're not staying out here. We're not staying here. Let us out. We're gonna fend for ourselves inside Frostvale. You feel Echo sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. With the gate closed, Echo and his men disappear down the dark alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making up as we go, Ivor. Chapter 3, huh? That was fast. Actually, wait, it's like an hour and 40 minutes. This first one was like an hour. So, I don't know. About on time, I guess. Still got like 12 minutes left in this episode. Hack on, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted. And more weapons. Extra supplies too. You perk up overall 100 and 100. Hey, there we go. You perk up just now realizing Moger has been talking to you since Wagner died. Everyone has been looking to you to make decisions. It's exhausting. So we play as Hack on now? Hack on. I heard you. I was saying overall we sent to Strand never returned, and the governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted that we take on a lackey of his own to watch over his property, a man named Eric. Oh yeah, I like Eric. Eric, I met him. He seemed to be competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough flapping your mouths then. Looted, yay. You sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the lance would rot. Or worse. They're right, Ludin. Return to Strand. Nah, you can stay here. Ludin can make his own decisions. We would only be made to do this again later. I will not suffer that a second time. Either take us through the Wandering Road or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He scamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering Road's not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What do I tell the wires, Hakon? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside in dredged bodies. Tell them we won't stop until Schlind is retaken. I like that one. That's the third one. Glad to hear it. Give the word and we'll set off. A little bit in between cautious and just reckless. We'll do what needs to be done. No more, no less. So we got Heroes Map Leave. There's no market here, is there? Let's talk to what's his face. I'd ask how you're dealing with Ragnar's death, but I already know the answer. Do you? Steady old Mogr, which is good. I know most of these are all, but they're not under my command. They came to follow Wagner. Tell the truth. I wouldn't want to be in your position either. Alright, this is just questions through. Together as many roll, half of them will each other, the rest want to be left alone. Anyone I should keep an eye on? There are a couple clan leaders trying to show off for each other. Not a big deal. I've got it under control. The fighters we got from Strand aren't bad, but they're unruly. Give it a few days. There are a few moaning about fighting for you instead of Wagner, but those ones are the ones to worry about. Those are the ones to worry about. And about Ludin's men, they don't want to hear anything from me. I know that. Any problems? Could be. Ludin's pet Varl named Bercy. I'm not sure where he came from or what his deal is. Bastard knows how to fight, but there's something I don't like about him. His girl in red is scary too, Ysra. She's probably the best fighter Ludin's got, to be honest. I've overheard some of Varl call her the witch. Why? Flaming arrows, I think. It's a good trick, but the fire upsets are Varl more than the dredge. She does make that much sense. It still doesn't make that much sense. Witch? They're not scholars, Hakon. I think they're mostly just afraid of her. That makes more sense. Don't let her find out. Have you ever wanted to be in command? More than I am? Any more rope and I'd hang myself. I doubt that. I forget you weren't around back then. At one point I had more rope, I hung myself. So no, I'm not interested in command. It's all yours. Thanks. Think blah blah blah. This may roll. No one should be alright. Things got to get rough. I don't like being the one to send Varl to this. I like worrying about myself, and that's the extent of it. You would expect Wagner to drop like that with a couple slag. I'm still wondering what happened. He had hundreds of dead slag to his name. I don't get it. Just happens sometimes. No big moment. I'm sure it surprised him more than any of us. Alright, I have to wonder. Never mind. Anyways, I'll worry about the worst. You worry about not doing something stupid. That's asking a lot. What do you think is holding Wagner back? I'd rather not say, Hakon. Why not? It's the kind of thing that gets stuck in your head and you need a clear one. It's better if you let me worry about it. Sounds important. Tell me. How did Wagner die? He ran into dredge. Wasn't expecting it. When we found him, he was laying face down, like he was struck from behind. Did he really get taken down by some random slag? Who else was there? You think Ludin? He probably didn't, but damn it, we should keep an eye on that bastard. If you see anything else, tell me. I will. Why do you ask? Alright, we're heading out, it looks like. Bye, dude. Yeah, and this guy wanted to talk too. I like the dialogue. Sure, I'm gonna probably only be able to do 4 hours of this, but I don't mind. Faulkner? No. Ah, well, I don't know. I remember him. Always rushing around with some important business, but I never knew him. Never got a chance to talk much. Longer than I did in any case. I suppose, when we spoke, Varl listened. I knew that. I could use some help there. The scriver leans back, considering the sentiment. I've seen worse. They respect you and your ability to swing an axe. They need to respect you for your actions. But you're not talking to the right Varl. Mogur's got some skill there. Most I can do is hold a quill. I'm putting down that journal. What do you mean? What do I write? I write what happens. You got a banner in Arborang for that, you know? You mean the long banner? Yes, the Mender's Rove. Something that writes its own history. You want my opinion? I don't trust it. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Writes its own history? No. It tells a broad story. I think there's some value in the narrow. What story does it write? Mine? Theirs? Ludin's? Gods forbid. Ah, you're right. The gods have been dead for a long time. Oh, have they? Old habits, I suppose. I heard you were a terror in your day. Do you know how old I am? Dare I ask? I'm competing, you know. Nobody knows how old I am. How old Varl can get, naturally. There's one by the name of Snorri. He's got a few years on me. Just hunkers in Grotland collecting rhyme. Bastard might actually beat me. Another named Kumar is close, I think, but the adult son of a bitch still welcomes a fight. He'll probably be off before I am. Although the scriber gestures around him to remind you of the current situation. You chuckle. Anyways, point is, what difference does it make? I'm just a delivery barn from Junder now. Can't remember half of what I've done. Hence the journal. Hence, you get fancy on my behalf, Hakon. Okay, I won't. What do you suppose will happen to the sun? Gods, how should I know? Never seen something like that before. Something tells me it has to do with the dredge. Are you worried? Some of the Varl in the caravan think the world's coming to an end. Others think it's the best thing that could happen. No more black months. I'll take it. If it's end, I'm ready. What about the rest of us? To the death with you. Ha. Alright. Enough reading for now. I think it's time for us to leave and fight some battles. I'm pretty sure there's some battles after this. Look at that, says Moger. In the hills, more dredge. No more than a dozen now. We could just as easily pass by as rush up there and slaughter them. Well, then let's rush up there and slaughter them. Strange can handle them. Moger, send some wires to take care of it. We'll deal with it ourselves. The caravan stops and waits while you lead a small detachment up the hillside to take care of the dredge quickly. You tell Ludin to stay by the caravan. He folds his arm and mutters something about being treated like a child. Well, I would like to have him in the combat, if that was a possibility. Yeah, you know, I would. Let's just do it with one guy. We don't need the others. Don't have any items, it looks like, huh? What's this? Is that like save and stuff? Yeah, this seems like a decent enough point for me to end the YouTube episode. I got like a minute left, I think, in the recording, but since I'm just about to start a battle, I don't want to forget and then like have an extra half hour. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I've got some links to my social media in the description below. I'll see you around for the next one.